So today, we're going to tackle one of the absolute best and most affordable ways to speed up a laptop that's started to feel a little sluggish. Yep, we're talking about a RAM upgrade. And you'll see how in seriously, like 10 minutes, you can totally transform your computer's performance. So, let's get into it. Hey, does this sound familiar? You've got, I don't know, a few browser tabs open, maybe a spreadsheet, you're trying to listen to some music, and everything just grinds to a halt. You get that dreaded spinning wheel of death. Suddenly, trying to do more than one thing at a time is a total nightmare. It's super frustrating, right? Well, the fix might be way simpler than you think. Look, before you even start thinking about dropping a ton of cash on a brand new machine, just consider this. The real bottleneck a lot of the time is your computer's memory, its RAM. Bumping that up is honestly one of the most powerful upgrades you can make. It can seriously make your laptop feel like it's brand new again. Okay, but hold on. Before we even think about opening anything up, there is one crucial first step we have to take. We've got to figure out if your specific laptop can even be upgraded. This is, without a doubt, the most important question to answer before you do anything else. You know, this really gets at a huge difference in how laptops are made these days. On the one hand, you've got laptops with these nice, accessible RAM slots, perfect for what we're doing. But on the other hand, a lot of the super thin models, like modern MacBooks or a Microsoft Surface, they have the RAM literally soldered onto the motherboard. It's permanent, which means no upgrades for you. So how in the world do you find out which kind you have? Don't worry, it's actually really easy. We're going to walk through 4 super simple ways you can check your own laptop and get a definite yes or no. All right, let's break it down. If you're on Windows, just hit Control-Shift-Escape to pop open the Task Manager. Head over to the Performance tab, click on Memory, and right there it'll tell you something like Slots Used 1 of 2. Boom. For you Mac users, just go to About This Mac and check the Memory section. Now, probably the easiest way for anyone is to go to Crucial.com and use their scanner tool. It just does all the work for you. And of course, you can always just look up your model online or, just flip your laptop over and see if there's a little door on the bottom. Awesome. So you've confirmed your laptop is ready for an upgrade. That is fantastic news. Now we get to the fun part, picking out the right RAM to give your machine that sweet, sweet performance boost. Getting this right is absolutely key. So when you're shopping, you're going to see a few important specs. Type is the generation, like DDR4 or DDR5. And listen, they are not interchangeable. You have to match what your laptop came with. Capacity is easy. That's how many gigabytes you want. Speed is measured in megahertz. Just try to get the fastest speed your computer can handle. And finally, form factor. For laptops, it's pretty much always going to be SODIMM. It just means it's the smaller stick made to fit inside a laptop. And here is a pro tip that makes a huge difference. If you want, say, 16 gigabytes of RAM, it is so much better to install 2 matching 8 gigabyte sticks instead of just one 16 gigabyte stick. Why? Because it lets your system run in what's called dual channel mode. It's like turning a 1-lane road into a 2-lane highway for your data. It just works faster. Okay, the research is done. You've got the right parts in your hand. Now it's time for the main event, the actual installation. And trust me on this is the quickest part of the whole shebang. But before you touch a single thing, please listen up. This is absolutely non-negotiable. Power your laptop all the way down, unplug it from the charger, and if you can, take the battery out. It's also a really, really good idea to just touch something big and metal, like a desk leg, to discharge any static electricity you might have built up. Static can absolutely fry your components. The whole process really just boils down to 4 simple steps. First, open up that little access panel on the back. Second, to get the old RAM out, you just gently push these little metal clips on the sides, and the stick will pop right up. Third, slide your new RAM stick in at about a 45-degree angle. And finally, you just put the panel back on. That's it. Now, here's a little tip that's going to save you a lot of grief. When you're putting that new stick of RAM in, you need to press down on it pretty firmly until you hear and feel the little side clips snap into place. It takes a bit more force than you might think, so don't be afraid to give it a good press. That little click is how you know it's seated correctly. All right, the laptop is all closed up, the screws are back in, you've taken a deep breath. Now it is time for the moment of truth. Let's fire it up and make sure everything went according to plan. So, the big question on your mind right now, did it actually work? This is the final check, my friend. This is the victory lap for your 10-minute upgrade. And to confirm, you just go right back to the same places we looked at before. On Windows, pop open that Task Manager, go to Performance, then Memory. On a Mac, it's About This Mac. The number you see there should now be the new, bigger total you just installed. And that is it. There you have it. In less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee, you have successfully completed a major hardware upgrade that's going to make your day-to-day computer use so much faster and smoother. Seriously, congratulations. You know, a quick project like this does more than just speed up your laptop. It gives you confidence. It proves that you don't always have to buy something new. Sometimes you can make what you already own so much better. So the only question left is, what are you going to tackle next?